Welcome, 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 everybody, to another segment of Empowered Convos with Ebony. This is Flourish Edition, and we are so honored to have Tracy Mack with us, Tracy Mcneil. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And we're just going to talk of everything about Flourish and what she's going to bring, what you all can expect. And we're just going to have some good old girl chat.
Let's do it. Ebony, thank you so much for having me. I told you just a few minutes ago, sometimes it's good to be remembered. So thank you for remembering me and asking me to participate in such a wonderful event.
100%. And we are so excited to have you. I love the way that you post. Your posts are so thought provoking and engaging. I love it. And it's so real. Like that I just love that because it seems like you just like a girlfriend next door, and I can appreciate.
Oh, I appreciate that, Ebony. Sometimes at the cost of vulnerability.
Mhm.
I write out about 20 gratitudes
Mhm.
every night or every morning, depends on how they come. And the ones I feel that are okay to share publicly, I do. And I'm so grateful that it resonates with people.
Mhm.
Sometimes I may not get the response on social media. I may get a text
Mhm.
or a DM that I hardly ever check. So forgive me for people who not, but phone calls to say I really like number 5 or number 6 made me laugh. So thank you for that, Ebony.
Mhm.
Just stay
Absolutely.
in gratitude.
Yeah. And it's so
Yeah.
important because the way, I guess, the world that we live in today, it can be such a distraction,
Hmm.
and you can forget about the small things
Hmm.
that matter
Hmm.
in the big
Hmm.
scheme of things. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome, and thank you for recognizing, seeing, and saying.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in.
Hmm.
So the first question is, you are in business and
Hmm.
marketplace.
Hmm.
When did you recognize that the two could work together, and how'd you get started
Mm.
with coaching women and that transformational, both spiritually and professionally?
Well, good question. How did I know I could blend the two? I don't think I wasn't ever able to really separate
Mm-hmm.
the two, if that makes sense. Because growing up in the church, that type of thing, and everything was ministry. But then you had what we call your secular job.
Mm-hmm.
But how I got into coaching was I got coaching back in 2003 when we had just moved to Okinawa, Japan. And I just didn't know what was going on with my life. But prior to that, I got therapy, and it wasn't popular then. Um, Black folks and a lot of folks weren't getting therapy back then. So it was extremely taboo.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I needed it. My husband was in the war in Iraq. I was there with our daughter. Even though in military communities, you make family, or should I say family, pretty quickly,
Mm-hmm.
there's still a sense of loneliness because you're a 14-hour flight away from home. So there were a lot of things I was going through, and I was literally, until it was diagnosed, I didn't know what it was. I thought I was having a heart attack, and it was anxiety. But
Mm.
I thought then at around 300 pounds that it was a heart attack. And so when I went to the doctor and they recommended I go to the family service center for look for a counselor or therapist, I was scared and I went. But in that, I discovered after my therapy that I wasn't really quite sure what I wanted to do with my career. I was a GS employee for DOD, for the Department of the Air Force, and I found out about life coaching by looking at a magazine
Mhm.
in the doctor's office. And thumbing through that magazine, I was like, "Oh, I'm about to tear this page out." And I did. But I was in Okinawa, and these things were happening stateside, and it was very expensive to call. So, to make a long story short, I finally hooked up with a coach, and I was doing it a little bit through email and some of it on the phone. And I said, "How can I bring this to somebody else? How can I help somebody else the way he has helped me?" Plus, I thought about therapy, being a therapist, but I knew my temperament as an empath, I would take people home, them and their
Mhm.
problems. Even when they let their problems go, I would still have them. So coaching was like that sweet spot. And
Mhm.
because it was still helping people with their lives, it still felt like ministry,
Mm. I love
you
that.
know? Yeah.
So basically, it's in you. It's always been in you.
Yeah, and I
And you
think
just
it's
found a way to master you.
yeah, I think it's in all of us,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a form of, not to be deep or too woohoo spiritual, but it's a form of worship. We do
Mm-hmm.
all things,
Yeah.
under the Lord. It's just mine has been outside of the church, and the sacred desk has been my laptop, has been a classroom, has been a training room, has been a counseling room, has been a board room. My sacred desk has been mobile, and that's
Mm-hmm.
given me a lot of flack over the years,
Mm-hmm.
um, because of that. The church thinks you're too secular, and the world think you too churchy. So
Mm.
it's a fine line that I've had to walk.
I love how you merge church,
Hmm.
if you will, religion,
Hmm.
not just on the inside of the four walls, but you take it on the outside. And I can tell through what I see is that that's who you are.
Hmm.
So you don't necessarily have to be in the four walls of the church to minister to someone or to
Hmm.
impact somebody's life. So
Hmm.
I can really appreciate the way that you exemplify that and not make it so taboo, if you will.
Thank you, Ebony. It's been a hard road to hoe, but but I really appreciate that, because it's just the honest, authentic way. If God is everywhere, then God is everywhere.
Yes, he is.
And if
Yes,
God
he
is
is.
in me, then I should be able to go in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the Old Testament, they talk about the outer court, the holy place, the most holy place. I should be able to go in and out without
Mm-hmm.
any problem. If I'm in a church service, God is there. If I'm out, because God is in me, God is in the people that I minister to. And it's up to me to recognize that and love and share with them to the degree I can, because you can't help everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but those somebodies, I'm just grateful that to just be in that space.
Wow, that's
Hmm.
awesome. Okay, so we're going to segue. Many women are doing all the things,
Hmm.
um, but not necessarily connected to what's moving them forward. In your experience, what does it mean to be engaged in this season and not just active, but aligned?
Mm, I like the word aligned. It's hard when you're trying to do it just to get the bag,
Mm-hmm.
because you try to have a balancing act that will turn into a circus if you don't know your purpose. One of the tenets of what I do is self discovery. Know who you're here to be, what you're here to do, and why you do it, and then who you're doing it for. And so when I think about it from a sense of purpose, alignment means everything. Because to me, balancing, if you see the scales, like the scales of justice,
Mm-hmm.
when you balance something, it really gets stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the reality that we live in.
No.
So to me, alignment is better, because then you get to simultask. You might get to, if I write a book over here, I may be able to take that book and break it down into a training, or break it down into a speaking engagement. So it just allows you to take one thing that feeds several streams. So I have had those times when my life was literally a circus, because I was trying to do everything everybody else wanted me to do, trying to live up to numbers, trying to get the crowded rooms and get the good conferences, to the point. And I don't know if many business owners, especially in the light of what I do or used to do, because I'm kind of retired from some of that. I probably have done more free speaking engagements than I ever got paid to do,
Mm. Wow.
because of the fact of where my heart was with those people
Mm-hmm.
meant more to me than getting the bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so some people may want you to think that they're out here doing this and that and the third. I count a speaking engagement if somebody's asked me to come speak and it's three people.
Yeah.
It That's a speaking engagement. And so having to juggle what's for me versus what people are expecting of me versus what God has called me to do all goes back to the sense of purpose, mission, passion, and compassion. Purpose, who am I here to be? Mission, what am I here to do? Passion, how well do I do it? And compassion, who am I here to serve? And so to me, that's how you can keep from trying to have this circus, trying to
Mm-hmm.
do this balancing act, even though you do have to shift hats sometime. It don't have to run you crazy.
Mm.
It's just like changing a hairstyle. You're not cutting the hair off. You're not, and we do that as women.
Mhm.
Get to a point where we do have to change hats. You may be mommy, you may be wife, you may be in a sandwich generation, like me, where I still have a adult. She's
Mhm.
grown, but then I have aging parents. So
Mhm.
how do I? So I had to curtail for health reasons, pipe down on the business.
Mhm.
I'm in seminary now. So I
Mhm.
had to put a moratorium on my ministry because some
Mhm.
things that are being deconstructed in me, I don't feel comfortable with sharing certain things I'm not sure about.
No.
So you kind
Mhm.
of got to know I need to put this down, take this off, pull back on this, because at the end of the day, all you got is you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
rest is part of that work. And I
Mm.
think we as Black women, especially, forget rest is part of the work. And we think rest is laziness. But in the words of Trissa Hersey, I think her book might be on my shelf back there, right there. Rest
Mhm.
is resistance. Great. I'm sorry, I got excited.
No, no, that's good. Like that's awesome. Purpose, mission, passion, and compassion. I love, love, love that.
Hmm.
And it's so simple, but I think that we make things uh more difficult than than it has to be. And I know in my previous interview on Sunday, we talked a little bit about being in control or relinquishing control, and
Mm,
that's an area for me, if I'm honest, that I struggle with
hmm.
because I know that I know how to do the things that I'm trying to get done.
Yeah.
So so I don't want to let go of it because I don't know if I let go, is my baby, whatever that thing is it going to be taken care of the way that I would? So
Hmm.
that's something that I'm really, really trying hard to work on
Hmm.
and work
You ain't
through.
by yourself. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
by yourself because you, like me, probably have had moments where you did let the baby go and you got disappointed,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody let you down intentionally or not. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, instead of me taking time to train somebody, I can go ahead and do it by myself. And
Yeah.
so we have those moments, but I'm gonna tell you, Allison Bird told me years ago that wealthy people know that their lives are so big that they need to have their lives staffed with people. But the
Mm-hmm.
key to that is qualified people. When somebody says they have a personal chef and you run around, or I'm running around the kitchen trying to cook for everybody, or if
Mm-hmm.
somebody says they have someone to clean their home, oh, we don't, well, I'm not going to let nobody, see my house dirty. Or if somebody needs a driver, wealthy people, they have no problem staffing their lives,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, that's a mindset that
It
but
is.
it's about losing control so you can reach better success, because success is much sweeter shared.
Yeah, that's so true. That's
Yeah.
so true. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a wife, a
Hmm.
mom, a
Hmm.
CEO, and a
Hmm.
leader in ministry. How do you stay centered while wearing all of those hats? And what would you say to the woman who feels like they've lost themselves in the hustle and bustle?
Let me answer the second part first. If you lost yourself in the hustle and bustle, you're living someone else's dream,
Mm,
or you're caught up in someone else's expectations. And I'm saying that with like I know it all, because I have been there, and sometimes I still get there.
mm,
When I tell somebody I'm doing something, they may assume that, okay, well, if you don't do it this way, or if you don't come, and then I try to go over there to do it their way. Or if even in relationships, if they don't like me like this, you mentioned earlier my gratitude list. I've had people to tell me personally, don't nobody want to read all that.
keep scrolling.
Anybody reading all that on Facebook? Facebook, you ain't trying to preach to nobody on Facebook. That ain't your lane. So,
Mm,
but it makes it easy for me because I do a gratitude journal every morning before Facebook came along. I
mhm,
do curtail it and make sure it's reader friendly on Facebook. I edit it, but that's just part of who I am. So, back to purpose, when you know who you are, you're not really having to do a whole lot of things and jockey for position, and people can't take your place because you know your place. You stay in your lane. You bloom where you're planted. And I'm
mhm,
not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying I have it all together, because it
mhm,
can be hard, but it is much easier when you know who you are, because you teach other people how to treat you. And
mhm,
purpose and mission are your lesson plan. If I tell you I'm a teacher, Don't ask me to dig ditches. And
That's
I'm not
right.
going to go dig ditches. So I'm not
Mhm.
saying I cannot ever go outside of that, because a teacher can write books, a teacher can teach music, a teacher can do, there's several things you can do. But when I know that that's my gift and calling, I'm not going to waste energy operating outside of that to please you, or because that's
Absolutely.
what patriarchy or all this um spending money, you got to get the bag. It's just certain things that aren't a part of my vocabulary for me,
Mhm.
you know. So
Mhm.
and did I answer the first part of your question, Ebony?
About being a wife, mom, and how do you stay centered?
Uh, uh,
Or is that a
it's gonna
key?
sound selfish.
Mhm.
Me first, but not me only. Took me years. I've
Mhm.
been a mama for 24 years, been a wife going on 32. Started my company originally in 2004, but my um, business was not recognized when we moved back stateside. So I had to start over, or should I say, do the LLC and all of that in 2012. And there were times I was just messed up.
Mhm.
There were just times I couldn't get it together.
Mhm.
But knowing who I am and saying me first, but not me only. I have to take care of me first. And
Mhm.
I have learned the hard way. Some of the physical things I deal with now are because I didn't. I put off
Mhm.
doctor's appointments. I put off going to a therapy session that I really needed. I put off praying or shutting down, all
Mhm.
because somebody didn't like it.
Mhm.
And so then I began to crumble. And those
Mhm.
very people that you change for are usually the people you cannot count on to help you with what you need. So it's me first, but not me only, because I got to take care of me. But I'm coming to you.
Get there. And when you said that, I think about the analogy when you're flying an airplane and they ask you, hey, if or they tell you if you're sitting in an exit row, make sure
Yeah.
that you put your oxygen mask on first and then help somebody else. Because if you helping them, then by the time the plane, whatever happens, they're gonna be fine and you're gonna be left with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we let it make sense on the plane. But when we get off the plane and get in the house or go to church or go to work or go to school or in our social organizations, then they call us selfish. But it's
Hmm.
like, no, I'm just masking.
Hmm.
I'm just masking me for a minute. I got you. And
That's it.
if you let me get me, I promise you I'll be a better person.
I
I
love that.
promise.
I love that. And it's not hard, but we make it hard.
Mhm,
It's
mhm,
not hard, but we make it that way.
mhm.
So you are the CEO of Solutions for Life Institute,
Yes
or
and
you
no.
just said you're kind of in transition, semi-retired.
Yes and no. Really, it's Peace Place LLC
Okay.
is my company.
Okay.
But when I left Japan, I called it Peace Place. And when I came to the States, people literally laughed at me when I went to a marketing firm, and it was Black Coaches had just started. And Tawana Burrows recommended me to go to this marketing firm. And they told me through mind mapping that my company sounded like a nursing home.
Wow.
And so I kept my LLC, but in the state of
Hmm.
North Carolina, you can have several DBAs under an LLC. So
Hmm.
then I went to Tracy Mack Coaching Services. And to be honest, at that time, they were exactly right.
Okay.
And then, and then later, Solutions for Life Institute, when I began to train in other areas and teach and even do coach certifications.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So if someone wanted to be a client of yours, are you taking clients?
Not new clients at the moment.
Okay.
Not individual clients. I have opened to some degree to small groups, because I can't turn it off because it's a
Hmm.
part of me. So
Hmm.
some of it is not so much as because I don't have a line out the door. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't. I don't think I ever had a line out the door, even though my schedule may have been tight. I know I never had a line out the door, but I will accept under certain conditions. And I do spiritual counseling. especially for those people who are unchurched or don't want to go to church or have been rejected or abused by the church or just not accepted in church. I do offer spiritual counseling through chaplain services.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so I do that.
Okay. Listen, because we're trying to get your line out the door now. No, no, not at this point.
But it's beautiful to be when somebody wants you,
Mm-hmm.
but you just have to know when, where, and how. And don't count me all the way out. I'm just in this season right now. When you said
Understood.
that hat, I don't have that hat on right now. The hat is on cocked. It's a little
Okay.
cocked.
Got you. Okay, so you're going to be speaking at Flourish on September 13th, and we are super excited to have you. What can the women expect from your session? And why would you say this event is not just another conference?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. To me, because Ebony, just think about who you are. Women want something real. We want to be able to be in a space where we are felt, seen, and heard, and valued and understood.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're really not getting that. Sometimes we don't even get it at church. Sometimes we don't get it in our homes. Sometimes, and we're definitely not getting it from this current administration in our country of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes women just there is a synergy we have that, and I'm not excluding any other race, but I can only talk about who we are
Mm-hmm.
as Black women. That baby, when we get together,
Mm-hmm.
we empower each other. Sometimes just by presence.
That's right.
Sometimes presence alone. So I've never been the type to perform, to say, I'm going to do this for you, because I can't be a song and dance person. But I do prepare. But I
Mm-hmm.
also allow God to speak to me at any given moment to serve the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you get me for what it's worth.
It's worth a
and
lot.
and I'm a very open book
Mm-hmm.
as far as the things that have happened in my life. And also, even though now we're in an interview, in some spaces I can hear what's going on. But to me, just the synergy of being in the room with Black women, where you can let your hair down, where you
Mm-hmm.
can be seen, valued, heard, understood, hugged,
Mm-hmm.
it's missing, and we need it.
Mm-hmm.
And even to meet other women, and knowing that this, and I'm not a preachy person. um I do teach. I'm a teacher, not a preacher. So even when it comes, like, I can't hoop, I can't say, yeah, I can't do all of that. Oh Lord, that ain't me, but I love
Uh-huh.
it.
Uh-huh.
So I think you'll get someone who's vulnerable. You'll get to take something away with you that I'd love to say that you won't lose in the parking lot. I'm also looking, Ebony, if time permits, to have maybe even some coachable moments. Some random people, just to have some coaching, because I love it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And but maybe some coachable moments on the spot that you can walk away and have some takeaways that you can implement into your life immediately,
I
and
love
that
that.
you don't go to a conference and when the hype is all over, it's like, but to
Mm-hmm.
give you some hard work to make homework, if
I
that makes
love
sense.
that. Oh, I love that. Hard work to make homework. That's awesome. I
Girl, that
love
was
it.
hot off the press. Let me write that
Oh,
down
write that down.
myself.
Let me put that on a t-shirt for you. I love that.
I had to write that down myself.
That's good. That's real good. So again, I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending this time with me. And your topic is going to be engaged to move forward. So the women that are going to be attending, expect something phenomenal, because Tracy is going to bring it, and she's going to bring it in her own authentic way. And so we are super excited to have you. I want you all to go to the website, 7seedempower.org. It's across the screen here. We are launching the Uplift Her Progress Grant. We want you to apply because that's our heart. our heart is to give back to women. So if you're a woman 25 years or older and you want to go to school to pursue a higher education in whatever subject matter it is, apply. If you are a business owner and you need help in with business funding, equipment, maybe to take a training for your business, apply. Please apply. We want to give back to the woman that doesn't have it. I wish that something like this was available to me when I was starting out. Seven Seed Empowerment Group is a hard work for me. It was birthed out of my own circumstances, being a teenage mother and not wanting to ever feel or want anybody to ever feel like just because they are in a particular situation or circumstance that their life is over. That's not the case. Whatever it is that you put your mind to, you can accomplish it and you can achieve it. And we are here to help support that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ebony, that is wonderful. And for you to just say that, I wish. And that is something, and I don't know how many applications you have, but I wish people would beat the door down because women need it. And
Yeah.
don't be too prideful.
Yeah.
Take it from somebody like me who went in debt 3 or 4 times trying to get marketing help, a printer,
Mhm.
attend a much needed conference, get a certification. That it's right there. And somebody said, "Well, it's only 500. It's
Yes,
$500 less you got to put out."
that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right.
Thank you for that, Ebony. That is wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you. So if you all are interested or you know anybody that's interested, please, please apply. If you have questions, connect with us on social media. Go to our website and fill out the contact form. We are here to support you in whatever way we can. We are super excited about Flourish the Experience. Seven Seed Empowerment Group has been in existence for 10 years. Tracy, you came to our very first conference, and
Yes,
I appreciate that so, so much. And
yes.
here we go. Fast forward 10 years later, you are
Hmm.
one of our speakers. So we are grateful to have you.
Thank you, Ebony. Thank you. I was invited by Dina Hamilton, invited me to
Hmm.
be with you all, and I'm so grateful to her for that opportunity because I had a wonderful time. And thank you so much for inviting me this time. So anybody who, if you don't want to come see me, uh, let me see you.
I
I want to
love
see
it.
you,
I
especially
love
those
it.
people that were there 10 years ago. Come on back.
Come on back. That's right. That's right. We've grown a little bit. So come on back. So before we leave, I would like, if you can, share one word of wisdom with the women, um, just to give a little word of encouragement.
Hmm. Well, first of all, I thank God for anyone listening, whether it be live or if you listen to the replay. I thank God that you had this opportunity to be a part of what Ebony is doing and that she is an example of stepping out on faith. She mentioned being a single mom at a young age and look to where God has brought her now to be an example. There are examples out here. So many people are looking at Hollywood or looking in the music industry or looking for those people that sell $10,000, $15,000 programs, or I know Ebony's in real estate. They're looking at these big brokers, and you're trying to take steps way bigger than you're ready for. You've got people right here in your local area that maybe 5, 10 steps ahead of you that are ready to lend you a helping hand, not to make you feel bad or make you feel like they're bigger than you. But sometimes it may be meant for you to get to those loftier places. But sometimes you may need to hook up with an Ebony and and get a grant
Mhm.
to help you get along. And so it just being real, just a moment to exhale because we have been tight, shoulders up here, up to our ears with everything going on in the world. And so just having a place to exhale and to be real and not perfect. And understand that vulnerability is a strength and a strategy that we get to use. And we do it all so that God, the God in us, as us, through us, gets the glory. And that's all I want to say. And I just want to say thank you, so you can thrive without losing yourself. Yep, that's
Mhm.
it, Ebony.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, that's a whole word. Listen. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And guys, go out and grab your tickets Ticket sales end on September 5th. The application for the Uplift Her Progress grant closes on September 5th. So run on over to the website, get your tickets for Flourish, and apply for the Uplift Her Progress grant. Tracy Mack, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, September 13th.
Likewise. See you then.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.